morning, football fans, and welcome to 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Welcome back, y'all. We are just digging into this season, aren't we? I mean, this has been a week to remember, definitely in high school, college, my gosh. Let's see if it is one for there. And, well, the NFL, I mean, just for a few moments there, I thought we just might see a Dolphins upset, and then, well, the Dolphins. However, I'm just saying, we were due for a week like this, right? At least in high school football, because, my gosh, the mighty had already fallen, and it just seems like other mighties are falling with them. Who are those mighties? We'll talk about those in just a few minutes, but plenty to get into today. My goodness, how about, again, St. John Bosco showing that they are the real deal, and they've been, and they are. St. Francis Academy showing exactly why they're up in that top 3 as well. Corona Centennial staying red hot with a big victory over a strong team. And oh yeah, remember Modern Day how they lost last week? Tough go, right? Well, this week, you want the word redemption? I think they spelled it out pretty well with a nice, very small victory, but yet very big victory over rival Bishop Gorman out in Vegas. My gosh. Corner Canyon will fall to Lone Peak. What? Utah? Duncanville. Wagahachi. Excuse me? Duncanville drops one? Yeah. And the biggest stunner, I think, of this freaking week, well, there's 2 of them. Macaulay knocks off Mission Viejo. Wow. Mission Viejo had to go all the way to freaking Tennessee, and they lost themselves a game. And, oh yeah, Rockwall also knocking off North Crawley. The Giants have fallen, ladies and gentlemen, in high school football. Also, in NJCAA, well, Hutchinson got done last week, but they got Iowa Central this week. Will lightning strike twice for these guys? I mean, they're definitely, Iowa Central is better than Iowa Western, but how will they do coming on up today? Also, 3C2 action. We are looking for some fun ones this week, right? Riverside and Saddleback, American River and San Mateo. Why are those games important? And also, jumping on into the world of D3, D2, NAIA, FCS, and of course, the FBS. We're ready to take you all around college football and high school football for the next, hour. We know you're tuned into some games right now, going on a tad bit later than usual, but guess what? You're still here. We appreciate you, and let's keep the football coming. You are now tuned in live to 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sport. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. As always, we appreciate you all so very much for jumping on here and being a part of us. Jumping on IE Sports Radio, man. Again, it's been a wild ride for 11 years. I mean, we feel like we finally hit the stride because, well, the goods are finally coming. TikTok is picking up, and we appreciate all of you for subscribing, well, for liking us, following us, subscribing on YouTube. We're just trying to work out the kinks and be even better and better every week. So we appreciate you guys. We thank you all so very much for sticking with us. And if you like us, thank you for liking us. If you hate us, well, thanks, I guess. Regardless, though, we appreciate you all so very much for being a part of us. And let's get with it, man. We got so much to get into today. And, of course, I can't do none of that without my boy, man. He, of course, is host of Set Point here on IE Sports Radio, the host of our volleyball show, the IE Sports Radio SoCal Insider, and, of course, the our special, well, not our special, but our co-host here, always our special guest, our co-host, our boy, man, for 3 and Out, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Teran Rodriguez. What's going on, brother? How you doing today this morning?
Hey, Larry B. Thank you for having me. It's always great to be on, and I'm ready to talk some football all around.
Let's do it, man. We've had some crazy stuff this past week, and I mean, we truly don't even know how half of these teams were defeated. I don't know. I'm tripping on some of these high school scores, man. So let's just go ahead and jump right on into it, man. First things first, let's go ahead and get on in to, Thursday night football, man, because, well, were you at all surprised? I mean, look, I thought we were a little excited early on, but, everything happens, right? The beginning of games are always just the beginning of a game, right? It's never the whole story. This game, though, I feel like the Dolphins hung on as best as they could. It's just kind of crazy because, well, it was so close yet so far. However, the Bills knock off the Dolphins 31-21 at home. We have a team that's 3-0 now, and we have a team that's 0-3. Teran, how about this game?
Yeah, it was kind of an interesting game. It wasn't really like the biggest. It was expected in terms of like who won and who lost, but you gotta give a little credit to Miami. Obviously, they've had two clunker games to start. The one with the Colts where they wound up getting decimated, and then I don't know what the heck happened with New England, but yeah, winning in Buffalo is obviously going to be a tough and tall task for the Dolphins. But Buffalo was able to pull it out. Fourth quarter is when they came up big when it mattered most. And Josh Allen is now 10-1 against Tua Tagovailoa. So for Buffalo, this was just another win for them. And it's good that they were able to pick up the win. I just feel that they maybe could have won a little bit more convincingly, but it's always tough to win the NFL. And then Miami, at least their next 3 of their next 4 games are manageable. But
yes,
it's not looking too hot for them.
It's not. You feel bad for Miami because I feel like they're so close, man. Like honestly, the majority of these games they look. I mean, it's only been 3, I know, but they look like they're so close. Defense has some blips. Tua has some blips. The offense can't seem to do. It's like when Tua's on, the rest of the offense isn't. When he's not on, the rest of the offense feels like they're. I don't know, man. They're just so out of sync. It's crazy, but rough go for those guys, man. So we open up week 3, NFL week 3 with a pretty fun game on Thursday night, but at the end of the day, Teran, it just didn't end well for the Dolphins. Back to the drawing board for those guys. Don't know how much longer McDaniel really has there. I don't want to. I hate that. It's a man's job, but it's a job, and it's rough. So McDermott and in these Bills are looking strong, man. Josh Allen looking good. They had some blips. They definitely have their blips. But overall, solid game for the Dolphins. I'm sorry for the Bills. They got it done. Dolphins just there's a lot of fixing to do there. So what do you do? So, all right, Teran, let's go ahead and jump on here to high school football, man, because, wow, yesterday, what in the crap? I mean, there were some games that were nuts, but let's just start off with the one, dude. I mean, there was the one. All right, this game yesterday. I mean, I know we have number 1 getting their victory, and I mean, I guess we can talk about that extremely fast because what is there to talk about? St. John Bosco just, annihilating. I mean, it wasn't like annihilation, but it was pretty bad. I mean, they rolled over St. Louis High School in Honolulu, Hawaii, 49-20. St. Francis just blows apart Hewitt Sparks Academy, 66-0. IMG Academy just destroyed Mandarin, 57-7. I mean, these were all given, right? Total domination. Corona Centennial. I mean, Rancho Cucamonga is a good school. CJ Stroud came from there, good, but the football factories this year they're on one. All right, they knocked off freaking Mater Dei last week, so they're riding high right now. So Rancho is just not even a speed bump. Sierra Canyon, this was a shocker for me, but I mean, I thought Lou would fight a little harder than this, but maybe they're so worn down from all the teams that they played. But they knocked off Orange Lutheran 41-9. I mean, those are all the blowouts, and Sam, you can revisit any of those at any given point if you'd like. But Mater Dei, dude, they go into Las Vegas and knock off Bishop Gorman 27-24. It was a very good game. Last time they played was like 31-16 or something like that. The gap shortened. The gap is narrowed. But the Monarchs, man, these guys bounced back in a huge way after last week's loss. This was a statement made, in my opinion. They look good, dude. They did. They look good. I'm not going to say they look great. I definitely I want to see more from them now. Mater Dei. That was a bump last week from Centennial, but again, Centennial's not no punk school either, man. Coach Logan has those boys playing well. So I don't know, Darren. Lots of upsets. We want to get into any of those if you'd like to before, but the big story right now, obviously, the 2 big ones, if we're going to go cross-state at least, Mater Dei knocks off Bishop Gorman, gets a victory. What do you think about all this?
Well, you have to remember that Mater Dei has not lost to Bishop Gorman. They've never, ever, ever lost to Gorman. So, and I know they've only played, this was only their 4th time that they faced one another, but honestly, you never want to bet against Mater Dei against when they play the likes of Gorman. But it was a great bounce back win for them. They got Mark Bowman more involved, and I thought he was nice. He kind of looked a little like Brock Bowers out there. They had one kid who came up big with a late touchdown. It was something Henry, but he was also big. It was just a nice little bounce back game, and Mater Dei, I think, they drastically cleaned it up compared to last week. I just think that they still have a lot to learn, and they still have to learn to play a lot cleaner football, if you ask me. But credit to Bishop Gorman. Obviously, they came out swinging, but Ryan Hopkins was able to play calm, cool, and collected. And Chris Henry Jr., that's the wide receiver. 6'5" receiver, had the go-ahead touchdown. And again, it was a little closer than most people. Well, obviously it was close, and because this was a game that was definitely needed to be watched. So I liked how Mater Dei was able to, even when every time they got punched in the mouth, they basically responded. And this was kind of going to be the big response game. How is Mater Dei going to play against the likes of a ranked opponent, ranked higher than them, on the road? And this was like the first time in a hot minute that Mater Dei has been an underdog. So I give them a lot of credit for going on the road, out of state, to winning a game like this.
This was hardcore, dude. It really was. I was very look. It's not like, okay, Teran. If Mater Dei would have just rolled over Centennial last week, I mean, okay, I expected Mater Dei to win this game no matter what. That's not wrong to say, right? I expected them to win this game no matter what. Now, I did expect for the Centennial game to be a little bit more lopsided, and I did expect for the Bishop Gorman game to be kind of like it was last year. But again, it happens, dude. It's football, right? You can't script everything. It is what it is. And Centennial came out, they won, they looked great. Big time football game right there for those guys. They did an amazing job. And then, after last night, they went on over to Vegas and they beat a very good Bishop Gorman team. Good. That's that's football. But again, I would have chosen Mater Dei to win both those games. Now, had they have lost last night, oh my gosh. I mean, right now, I don't even know what to say about Mater Dei, but they're still strong. They're still good. This is a still really good football team. But I guess, I expected them to win this game, even if it was by a little bit last night. But big ups to those guys, man. Bishop Gorman, I mean, they were number 3. Last week, we saw Mater Dei drop all the way to number 8 last week. Well, Teran, Bishop Gorman now number 3. But again, let's get into the rest of these suckers, man. What the crap? Mission Viejo falls to McCullough. Wow. 25-14 on the road. Nobody wanted Mission Viejo around here. I don't know. It might be jet lag. I'm not going to make excuses for these guys, but Mission Viejo, man, lost a tough one there in Tennessee. These guys traveled very far for this game. High schoolers. Mission Viejo is now dropping back. Duncanville, they were the number 10 team? Wakahachi, and I hope I'm saying that right, but they lost to those guys by 1 point, 28-27 last night. The Panthers' national title hopes took a huge hit, and I just don't know if it's, I mean, it was already hard enough for them to get up there. So that's going to be huge. Corny Canyon, they were number 15. They fell to Lone Peak, 42-21. Whoa. Ending the Chargers' unbeaten run. I mean, these guys fall off. And then, of course, Rockwall knocking off North Crawley. In North Crawley, this was a team also ranked very high, I believe, looking here at the rankings. I mean, come on, man. These guys, this North Crawley team was up in, I believe, 22? So you have the number 22 team beat last night. You have the number 15 team beat last night. You have the number 10 team beat last night. You have both the number 7 and 8 Mater Dei and Centennial both winning. Number 6 Mission Viejo falls, and number 2. Sorry, not number 3. Number 2 Bishop Gorman falls. Teran, how different is this top 25 going to look next week?
It's going to look a lot different. And for some of these teams, in Mission Viejo's defense, this is kind of the problem with them being in a 3-team or 4-team league, because they got to schedule ringers out of state, and sometimes they have to go to out of state. Sometimes they have to schedule teams out of their area, like they did with Lincoln of San Diego, like they did with McCallie. So this is kind of the big problem with Mission Viejo being in a 4-team league, and thankfully that's going to be remedied next year. So Yeah, I mean, again, obviously, I think they're still missing Vance Spafford. That's big right
Yeah.
there. And they're also missing a few key players on their team. So, um, I mean, I'm not trying to defend Mission Viejo. I mean, a loss is a loss, but sometimes maybe they got to learn from it. Maybe this is the best thing for them because then they can take that into league play and then they could take it into CIF and learn from it. Learn from it, lick their wounds. Because everyone wants, a coach told me yesterday when I interviewed him, every team wants to go 10-0, 9-1, 8-2.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you just got to have that adversity that you got to learn from,
Mm-hmm.
and then it'll help you become the better team that you are going into the future. So I think for some of these teams that suffered these losses early on, yeah, it's going to suck. But
Mm-hmm.
honestly, it'll only get better as long if you learn from it. If you dwell on the loss, then you're going to go
Yes.
downward.
It is so true. And by the way, everybody, Teran, tell everybody where you were yesterday.
I was at Huntington Beach for their matchup against Mayfair.
Good game, right?
I mean, it was kind of expected, though. Mayfair's a little down this year.
Yeah.
One of their coordinators said that they're kind of fielding a JV team. But again, they're on the little bit of the rebuilding side. But Huntington Beach obviously looked good. I got to witness a player have the trifecta: an offensive touchdown, a defensive touchdown, and a special teams touchdown.
That's pretty
And
cool.
Ohio State commit Brady Edmonds threw for 3 touchdowns.
Oh, now that's freaking sweet, man. See, that's the cool stuff you get to see, right?
Yeah, and I got to interview former NFL player Matthew Hatchett.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome, man. Good old Matthew Hatchett in the house last night. That's pretty cool. But and really quick, for people who don't know, for those who are just tuning in, who are like, I have no idea what he's talking about with Mission Viejo and the problem getting fixed in the 4-team league. Go ahead and explain really fast what you were talking about, because this is good. I obviously we talked about this before, but for those who don't know, how is that problem getting fixed next year, Teran?
So, in terms of like the Orange County leagues, like there's several different leagues. There's like the Alpha League, the Bravo League, and so on and so forth. There's no C League, but 2 teams from the Bravo League are going to be moved up to the Alpha League. The Alpha League is the best league in terms of like the Orange County leagues, minus the Trinity League. And the 2 teams from the Bravo League will get the 2 best teams from the Bravo League will get moved up to the Alpha League. So take, for instance, let's say it'll be San Juan Hills and Yorba Linda. Those 2 teams will get moved up to the Bravo League, and then the league below the Bravo League, being the Delta League, 2 teams will move up from there, and so on and so forth. So that'll definitely remedy the problem for the teams for not just Mission Viejo, but for like teams like San Clemente, Los Alamitos, and Edison. They won't have to schedule like out of the blue opponents and whatnot. Because Los Alamitos last night, they had to play Granite Hills, and then Edison, they're playing. I forget, they're playing Summit of Fontana next week, and that's another out of the blue opponent right there. So there you have it. That's how it's kind of going to be remedied, and it's going to change every 2 years. So you could either, it's like relegation in like the Premier League. You could either go up, you could either stay put, or you can either go down. So that's pretty much how the Orange County leagues, minus the Trinity League, does it. Trinity League will always stay put. I guess they all agreed that Trinity League is this kind of its own thing. They have its own rules and whatnot. So there you go.
So pretty cool thing here. I'm glad, because it's going to be a little bit different. So again, guys, everybody just tuning in, that's going to be the change for next year. Really good. I'm happy to see that, because again, high school football, it needs its I don't know. It needs its fixing. It's really hard. It can be really hard. It really can, when teams are just, I don't know. I feel really bad for some teams that are stuck in that rut where they have to play somebody. Nobody wants to play them. They got to go far away. Things like jet lag and crap can happen. Again, no excuses for Mission Viejo. They lost, is what it is. For some of these teams who are trying to go to the next level, obviously they're going to be traveling, and they all have to know all that too. But at the end of the day, it's a lot, teenagers, again, no excuses, but just making things a little bit better and easier. So Anyway, with that said, let's go ahead and roll on in to, that was fun for high school. This is going to be so much different. Like I said, next week, that top 25 is going to be crazy. I expect. How far do you think Bishop Gorman's going to fall, man, from number 2?
Probably to maybe number 9.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I do have a little football trivia regarding Mater Dei.
Oh.
When was the last time the Monarchs lost 2 straight games?
Oh my gosh, Teran, I think we have to go back to their championship year, 2017, maybe? No?
Nope.
Was that their first one? Oh man, Mater Dei losing 2 games in a row. Man, I have to say somewhere in those late teens. If it was after that, man. Or was it the year that they were completely out of the title a couple years back when Shaman Amadana was in the mix? No, it wasn't.
17, they went undefeated.
They went undefeated. They won their first their title. Okay, so it must have been like the year after that, or after. I'm not sure though, Teran. I can't remember that.
It was 2013 when they lost to Santa Margarita and St. John Bosco.
Wow, was not expecting that.
Yeah, so it was pretty much all the way back then.
Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. I would have. Dang, man, good old Mater Dei. They've been on one, haven't they, for quite some time? So good football team right here, man. So Mater Dei rolls on. I expect they'll be back in that top 5 for sure. Because obviously, IMG Academy will move up, but again, who have they played? I guess one of those things though where they're trying to play whoever. St. Francis, same thing. They're there, but they're playing who they can. Bishop Gorman's gonna fall. St. John Bosco will stay at the top. Mission Viejo is definitely going to drop back. Centennial might sneak into that top 5 or close to it. Duncanville is definitely going to drop down to like somewhere in the teens. Obviously because they're number 10, but they'll fall. They might fall in the mid-teens somewhere. I don't know, man. I mean, this is crazy. This was madness yesterday. There's a lot of stuff happening. But I'm going to see, I'm going to see some teams move up too. Bosch, obviously, great football team. North Crawley might fall in the top 25. Like Shaman Amadana did briefly, so I don't know. But and really quick too, Teran, I mean, Corner Canyon might fall to the 20s. But how about the sneaky game here? It wasn't sneaky, but man, I feel bad for Olu. Gosh, they've been playing. The Olu plays everybody, man. They'll put the Dallas Cowboys in the schedule if they have to. I don't care. This team, they play everyone and anyone. Unfortunately, though, sometimes it doesn't always work out for them. Just rough go for Olu. I think Olu's probably fallen. I look at their rank. They're 30 right now. They're number 30. They are out of the top 25. By the way, the back half, if anybody ever wanted to know, De La Salle, Bixby, American Heritage, Brownsburg, Indiana, and Olu, that's 26 to 30. I mean, Milton fell out. Central Florida, Miami, they're in the top 30. South Oak Cliff dropped out to the 30s. Now they're in the mid 30s. Lincoln is also in the mid 30s. From San Diego. We have St. Joseph's Prep. If anybody wonder where they went, they fell out to number the 40s at 42. Folsom from up north in California, they're at 47. So, I mean, some good schools here that dropped out of the top 25 that have been in and around it in the last couple of years. But anyway, Teran, how about that Olu game, man?
Yeah, it was kind of expected. I mean, Sierra Canyon just has a lot of good athletes, and everyone kind of raves about their defense. Their offense is just putting up points on the board. Now, I will give credit to Orange Lutheran. They didn't shy away from this, and they actually became the new team that has put up the most points against Sierra Canyon's defense. Like, Sierra Canyon's defense is what's really making this thing go round. So, but again, this was kind of expected. I mean, Sierra Canyon is a really good team, and they're not slowing down for anybody. And they could possibly make things interesting in the CIF Southern section in Division I this year.
Oh, that'll be fun. We always like goodies, right, Teran? Goodies are fun.
Yeah, a little bit of change and variety and a little more parity.
It is great, man. We love it. So let's jump into the 3C2A, man. Community college from California. All right, Teran. Well, obviously we talked all about last week. This week, we got some doozies, man. Look, the big ones are the big ones. We're going to just run into these ones right now. What we got here? Butte taking on Modesto. That should be a freaking slugfest. Really fun game there. That should be like the number 1 game, I think, of the day. Well, maybe not. I don't know. That's a fun game. But we got Butte taking on Modesto. NorCal slugfest right there. The Butte's balanced attack. very balanced. Meets Modesto's explosive offense. Obviously, Modesto dropped one to San Mateo last week, but a win keeps the state title alive for both teams. Golden West 3-0 taking on Bakersfield. Okay, they're taking a trip up north to the middle of the desert up there. Top 15 battle. This Golden West puts perfect record on the line. They've already ran through RCC and a few teams. Is Bakersfield gonna, put an end to this, or are they just gonna beat Bakersfield too? So Bakersfield's hungry for this victory, for a statement win. So let's see if they can do that. Sacramento, man, 2-0 versus Diablo Valley. Diablo Valley has a 3-0 start right now. They're very sneaky. No one sees them, but they're there. High-powered clash, man. Diablo Valley's offense has been unstoppable this year. Can Sacramento City's defense slow these guys down? We have Mount San Antonio, number 3. These guys are number 2 right around there. They're 3-0 taking on Citrus College. Why is this a weird one? Because Mount San Antonio looks to stay unbeaten. Citrus has proven that they can scrap with some of these ranked teams. But Teran, this is not a far away game. Walnut and Azusa, they're not that far apart. They're miles apart. Is this a game where Citrus says, "Come into our house and let us pull out a sneaky victory"? I don't know, dude. Something about this game. I may be eating crow, which is fine, but I don't know, dude. Citrus. This could be an upset, but then again, Mount Sac could also destroy them like 59-0. So, and then of course, Mount Sac Jack. That is Mount San Jacinto is heading on down south to Chula Vista. The 2-1 Eagles will be taking on the 3-0 Jaguars in a South showdown. Southwestern tries to stay perfect versus Mount San Jacinto, bringing a dangerous ground game. So how about those, Teran? What do you like from those games so far right there?
The one that's most interesting is Saddleback versus Riverside. Though that's kind of the interesting matchup because I want to see how Saddleback responds after they lost. And then if I recall correctly, didn't Riverside just narrowly escape? Yeah, they narrowly escaped against Canyons in a high-scoring affair. If you had the under, I feel bad for you. But that'll be an interesting matchup right there. I think Pasadena City, Canyons might also be another interesting one. Mount San Jacinto, Mount Southwestern, also a good one, like you just mentioned. San Mateo, American River, that's a pretty good, darn good one. Bakersfield, Golden West. I'm certain Golden West will win, but maybe Bakersfield will educate us because it is their education night. And
Education night.
Maybe Ventura Moore Park. That's a good one. I am interested to see what Mount Sac Citrus can do, even though I think Mount Sac should win fairly comfortably. And Chaffee El Camino, I think, is a sneaky good one. So I think those are some matchups that I'm looking forward to.
No, solid there, man. Again, I guess there's something sneaky about that Citrus Mount Sac game. I guess, again, I don't know how I feel that way, but we see right now a very, very good Mount Sac team. A team that basically got embarrassed the way Riverside did a couple years ago versus San Mateo in the national championship, and then of course Riverside came back and got that thing done. But yeah, man. I mean, we see a very solid football team here. I don't know. Do you think that could be some kind of not necessarily a trap game, but I mean, what do you think? I mean, do you think this team is? Do you really feel that Citrus has a little bit of firepower on their end to possibly pull an upset versus Mount Sac?
Well, they've got not a lot to lose. They're playing with house money, especially since they're at home. But I think even keeping it close would be considered a win for Citrus, considering how good Mount Sac is, and they're one of the better NorCal teams.
Oh yeah, they are. So I mean, we got so much to look at here. I mean, obviously San Mateo at American River, they're number 1 in the country right now. The defending champs, San Mateo, looks to stay at number 1. But American River is never an easy road trip, and they've proven that. Saddleback, man, bounce back time. Riverside Saddleback. Riverside wants to prove it belongs in the top 10 after surviving Canyons. That was a little embarrassing last week. Don't get me wrong, a win's a win, but that was hard. They had to freaking grind the hell out of that game. Pasadena and College of the Canyons, you're right, man. Pasadena tries to climb higher while College of the Canyon hunts for their first victory. This is a brutal schedule. No one sees that out there. College of the Canyons has had a brutal...
Canyons might be the best winless team in the 3C2A.
Right? I mean, who have they played this year again, Teran? So Riverside was week 2. Now these guys got freaking the Lancers of Pasadena, which is a pretty good team. They're solid. And then who was weeks 2 and number 1 and 2? I just gosh dang it.
I want to say one of them was. I think they might have played Golden West, but
yeah, this is
not sure.
College
I
of the
am
Canyons, man.
about to check that as we speak.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, man, but it's been brutal for these guys. The Cougars have had a rough go. And like I said, man, this is usually a very solid football team. These guys have a very strong
Southwestern
core.
and El Camino. All of their losses are by 1 score. They lost to Southwestern by 2 in week 1. And then in week 2, they lost to El Camino by 4. And then last week they lost to Riverside by 3. Oh, and did I also mention they scrimmaged Mount Sac? So they're not ducking anybody.
Dude, no, these guys are like Olu, man. They don't care who they play, but unfortunately it hasn't worked out. Oh, that's rough. I feel bad for these guys because I really, really do. I don't know. I like this team a lot because again, they will fight you. And look at like last week, man. RCC. I don't know. I don't want to. I feel bad for saying it's embarrassing because RCC. I mean, clearly this year hasn't looked so hot for RCC. But again, this is the
new
first
regime
year
and whatnot.
Exactly, man. New regime. This team. I mean, I'm sure some people, and nothing against Kraft's son. He's a great young man. But at the end of the day, some players are probably like, oh, well, I'm going to leave now because everyone gets the goddamn transfer portal. Oh, I'm not going to play for Tom Kraft because he retired, so I'm going to go somewhere else. So I'm just saying there could have been that going on or whatever. But again, no excuses. It's just one of those things where we tell ourselves, okay, well, this is what's going on. This is how it's going, and this is what we're going to get. And that's kind of what's going on with RCC right now. So anyway, Teran, crazy stuff, man. I love it. I really do. I love this 3C2A, man. Great football here. But again, I guess if I got to pick one game, though, today, just one, I got to go. Oh, gosh, that freaking Mount Sac and Citrus game is great. But I'm going to go Golden West Bakersfield, like you said. Butte Modesto is huge because that's big for both teams right now. I mean, someone has to get. I mean, look at this top 10, the top 25 right now. I mean, San Mateo, Mount San Jacinto, Butte, Golden West, Ventura, Diablo Valley, Modesto, Riverside, Southwestern, El Camino. That's the top 10. But if you look at somebody who's right outside the top 10, number 11, Teran, last night, Monterey Peninsula are unbeaten. They defeated Laney 41-14 on the road. The Lobos are now 4-0. And watch out, Teran. The Lobos are number 11 right now in California. If any of these teams today drop, which we will because some are playing each other, I'm positive we're going to see Monterey Peninsula in the top 10 next week.
Absolutely, yeah. That's probably the team that's not on everyone's radar. That's slowly but surely trending up.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I just wish we had more coverage for this. Oh, we went backwards. We should have more coverage on our, but hey, we're doing our best to bring the coverage to you guys. Over 100 viewers right now, so we appreciate you guys for tuning in, man, during your college football Saturday. So, Teran, let's sneak on over to we're talking about sneaky. Let's head on over to the NJCAA. We actually had ourselves a couple of games on Thursday, a little scoreboard here for us. There was a couple games. Not the biggest and best for some of these. Some of these were, but Itawamba defeating East Mississippi 34-24 at home. We had East Central defeating Pearl River 34-27 on the road. North Mississippi defeating Coahoma 45-0 at home. My gosh. Copia Lincoln defeating Jones College 31-20 on the road. Holmes defeating Northeast Mississippi 44-27 at home. And then Hines defeating Mississippi Delta 48-0 at home. Now, let's take a look at which those games really did matter. Upset all day long. Itawamba knocking off East Mississippi. That knocks these guys out of the top 15 for sure. There's no way it doesn't. EMCC falls on the road after knocking off Northwest last week. I just don't see. They're number 12 now. This is only a top 15. We don't have a top 25 in the NJCAA. So I have this really big feeling that East Mississippi is going to. They will be out by next week, which sucks. But strong fourth quarter win by East Central. They pulled that thing out in the fourth. Number 10, though, Northwest Mississippi bounced back after they lost. Okay, they dropped. They were like number 3 last week. Now they're 10. Well, they bounced back, man, stomping out Coahoma. Not like Coahoma is this big juggernaut anyway, but they got a nice victory after blowout, victory after that EMCC loss last week. So number 10 is going to move up. Number 14, Copia Lincoln knocking off Jones, man. That was big because it steadies the ship. They were upset by Hines last week. They dropped to 14. Here they are. And then that's really it. The other two games, they don't really hold a lot of weight. Holmes over Northeast Mississippi. That's Bulldogs keep momentum in the MACCC, and that's pretty much that for them. And Hines, it's 2 straight dominant wins for Hines. When are we going to see his guys in the top 15? I hope soon. So that's really it. From this past week, from Thursday. But coming up this week, dude, we got some goodies. Oh, I like these. Number 1, Hutchinson. Well, actually, Teran, let's go ahead and talk about those games really fast. So from Thursday, what do you like from those games?
Looking at Thursday's games,
I think the big one for me, like I said earlier, right now, I think the biggest one was East Mississippi losing because these guys just knocked off number 3 in the country at number 2, and now they just lost to an unranked team. What the heck's going on with East Mississippi?
Yeah, I just think they're kind of in a little bit of a rut at the moment. I just think they're kind of trying to find their footing or refine their footing. So I think it might be more so Itawamba actually being a little more under the radar and pretty better than what most people are giving them credit for. So I think it's kind of that.
You're on the board. Does Itawamba get into the top 15 this week?
Perhaps if their body of work actually shows it as well, then I think they definitely deserve to be in the top of 15.
They're a good football team. They've proven it. But again, what surprises me the most is just East Mississippi. I just that one really gets me. And then Hines, dude, again, I keep on calling them different names, Hines. But these guys, man, they continue to surge. They took down number 7, Copia Lincoln. These guys, they freaking knocked off Mississippi Delta yesterday. They're doing their thing. How can we keep these guys out of the top 15 next week? Do you see them entering, or do you feel that no, maybe not? They might actually get snubbed again.
I think they might barely get snubbed, but for the time being. But if someone else falls out or something else happens, then I think they should enter the top 10.
Yeah, as much as I hate to say this, they might get snubbed again. I know they were kind of down there, and I know some people didn't really have these guys on their radar, but that's what it takes, right, Teran? It takes teams to come out of nowhere, and you have to do some heavy work, and before you know it, you start getting noticed. That's really it. So, but anyway, Teran, so moving up this week, man, look at that top 15 right now. Again, Hutchinson, they're number 1. They stay number 1 after edging out Iowa Western last week, 30-27. Iowa Western, they have a narrow loss, but kind of crazy. They stayed number 2. I don't know how that happened. But they're still here. We have Tyler JC up from 5 with a win over Trinity Valley, Garden City. These guys, they took care of Dog City, obviously. Mississippi Gulf Coast, they're 3-0 now. Survived a road test at Jones, looking dangerous in the MACCC. So, we got Navarro, Snow College, Georgia Military, Iowa Central, Northwest Mississippi. As we saw, they slip after the upset to EMCC. So, after that, finishing the top 15, Lackawanna, East Mississippi, which is probably going to be out now. Butler out of Kansas, Copia Lincoln, and Trinity Valley. This week, though, we have the big ones. Number 1, Hutchinson versus number 9, Iowa Central. And they are at Iowa Central. It's the top 10 clash. Teran, does this look scary to you? Did Iowa Western wear down Hutchinson? Is Iowa Central in their house going to upset number 1 today?
You said Iowa Central plays Hutchinson, right?
That's right.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I always get those Iowa Western and Iowa Central mixed up. But yeah, I think that's going to be an interesting matchup just because Hutchinson is on the road. They could have a little bit of an Iowa Western hangover from last week. So we'll see what happens. But I think that's going to be a very fun matchup. And Dodge City, I don't think they're that bad. And I don't think it's surprising to see them up. But we got to wait and see what Iowa Western does in response.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Iowa Western still looking strong. But as of right now, I don't know, dude. I don't know. If we – okay, how big of it is an upset? I mean, of course it's huge. But Iowa Central knocking off the Blue Dragons of number 1 Hutchinson today. Do you see it happening, and why? Or why not?
I think that it's possible if they put all three phases together. But if they keep it close, I think that would still be considered a good result. But I think Hutchinson will just grind out the win.
I think so too. They're a good team. They're solid, but I don't know. I don't see them beating Hutchinson right now, man. Hutch is going to run one again all the way to the end, and we'll see if they are challenged in the national championship. But they're just a good football team. Another game we have coming up on the docket for NJCAA this week. Number 8, Georgia Military taking on number 11 Lackawanna. This is an East heavyweight bout, man. This is going to be a really fun game. I don't know. This is kind of a pick 'em for me. I'm going to say Lackawanna actually knocks off Georgia Military. What do you think?
Yeah, I think this one is 50-50 as well. I think Georgia Military has the home field advantage, but Lackawanna is coming in hot, and I definitely think they have the potential to not pull off a win on the road.
They do, dude. They really do. This is a fun game. So moving through the rest of them, number 6, Navarro taking on Kilgore. This is a Texas rivalry with top 10 stakes, really, because Kilgore can find themselves back in this thing. Kind of, but number 6, Navarro, there's a lot on the line for these guys. Just talked about Garden City. Number 4, Garden City taking on Coffeyville. The Bronco Busters protect their undefeated mark. Can they? Will they? I think they probably will versus Coffeyville. And then number 13, Butler taking on Independence. Grizzlies looking to stay perfect, and I'm pretty sure Butler will. So any of those games that you like this week, and which one is your favorite?
I'm trying to see if there are any other good ones. I think that's pretty much all the I think you just touched upon all the good ones.
Yeah, I gotta go. If I gotta pick a game of the week, obviously
maybe Southwest Mississippi and Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Could be, because Mississippi Gulf Coast is in the mix. I mean, Mississippi Gulf Coast, this team is currently, where are they at? I guess all of them right now. They're number 5, and they're taking Northwest. Or who are they playing?
Southwest Mississippi is playing Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Yeah, that might just be 4-0 for those guys, man. Mississippi Gulf Coast is one hell of a team.
You never know with these in-state rivalries.
You never know. You truly never know. We'll see how it goes, but man, that should be a fun game. Regardless, though, I'm going to say Gulf Coast just continues to do their thing. They've been playing well. Yeah. They've been doing well. This is just they're a solid football team. But as of right now, man, my game of the day has to be Hutch, number 1 Hutchinson versus Iowa Central, because Iowa Central, to me, this game has the perfect storm is set, but can this team actually make it happen in the perfect storm? Right? That's where I'm at. Hutchinson is worn down, dude. They just, I mean, I'm not going to say they're completely worn down, but they just got out of a freaking battle last week versus Iowa Western. That's hardcore. So you're taking on another really strong Iowa team. I don't know, man. This one's fun. This one's a fun one. If Hutch wins this game, I think Hutch is just going to cruise to the title again. I'm just saying they're so good, man. Hutchinson is a good football team. The Blue Dragons have proven that they're damn good. So we'll see. But as of right now, dude, if they lose, I mean, look, man, high school football is going crazy right now. So why not the NJCAA, right?
Yeah, and again, you got to remember that there could be a Iowa Western hangover because they're going on the road and they have the risk of possibly of letting the highs of last week's win get in their way. So it's another top 10 team that they're facing. So it's out of the frying pan and into the fire with another opponent.
It is the truth. So, Teran, let's roll on over to Division 3, man, because, wow. Number 1, North Central still stays at the top. We have Mount Union, Johns Hopkins, Susquehanna, St. John's, Mary Hardin, Baylor, Salisbury, Hardin-Simmons. They're number 8 now. Wisconsin, La Crosse, and Wartburg. This has been a fun year so far. We'll get to the rest of the top 25 as we progress. But, all right, Teran, the big games we talked about, of course, in our recap. We do that on Saturday mornings. Last week we talked about that. But today we got some good ones, man. Barry, that number 22 Carnegie Mellon. Carnegie Mellon hosts Barry in a home matchup. So Carnegie Mellon needs a bounce back after last week's loss. I do feel they'll probably win this game. But number 16, Wisconsin Whitewater taking on number 6, Mary Hardin Baylor. This is a big showdown. Whitewater travels to Texas for a top 10 battle. Purple Power versus Texas Powerhouse. Both teams are purple. This is their very own shade of purple, and one has yellow in it. Mary Hardin Baylor, looking like the Lakers. So, Teran, I don't know, man. This is a good game right here. This is my favorite of the day. Who you taking and why?
Eh.
This is not easy because
Yeah,
Wisconsin Whitewater
you'll have to
is,
come back from me.
yeah, dude. Wisconsin Whitewater is nasty. Like, this is a great freaking team, but you can't slight Mary Hardin Baylor. They're number 6 in the country. I mean, look, if I got to pick somebody, and I hate to pick against the Warhawks, but dude, Mary Hardin Baylor, they are favored, I do believe, and I think this is a very, very, very hard game to win for either team. It's going to be like that arm wrestling battle where you feel like both your biceps are going to pop off and you're still like in the center, like going hard back and forth. I mean, I just, this is a very hard game for me to pick. But if I have to pick somebody, and as much I don't want to pick against the Warhawks because I feel like those Wisconsin freaking teams are nasty, there might be a little home field advantage. It's a far trip. Mary Hardin Baylor might pull this thing off, but I'm not going to count out the Warhawks, dude. I feel like this is going to be a last-second field goal kick or a last drive or something, man, because this is going to be this will be a game that I wish we could watch like televised on NBC, right? I mean, right? I mean, this is it.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Mary Hardin Baylor just to be safe.
You think so? Yeah, it sucks because I don't want to say that the distance does a lot, but it does. Even in the NFL, we've seen it. We've seen teams that just aren't so good sometimes when they play teams across the country, and it happens. But hey, you know what? Again, no excuses. No excuses. It's just part of it. What do you do? But there you have it. So anyway, we got some more games coming up for you today. Obviously, ranked on ranked, not ranked, and all that good stuff. But I will go with another ranked on ranked game that we're going to have here today. Number 3, Johns Hopkins versus number 4, Susquehanna. Top 5 clash. Big early season test for both programs. Who are you taking?
Ah, man, this one is a tough one. I'm going to take Johns Hopkins in a close one.
It's hard. It really is. I'm going Johns Hopkins too. Susquehanna is good. They're very, very good. But Darren, this is like the NAIA a couple weeks ago. Remember we had freaking, who was it, Morningside, and remember that, and who was it, Benedictine, and it's hard to pick these really, really high top 5 matchups, But I'm gonna go Johns Hopkins too in a close battle. I feel like that offense has just got a little bit more spark in them. And then there was this game, number 11 Springfield versus number 11 Springfield versus Wisconsin Platteville, and this is a good one right here. I do feel that Platteville has it. They should win this game. Springfield has had some woes already this year, but I don't know, dude. This is a tough game for me as well. But if I got to pick somebody in this one, I'm gonna go with. This is hard. Okay, if I got to go with somebody, I'm going to go with Platteville. They win by a slim margin, but Springfield won't make this game easy.
Yeah, I'll take Wisconsin Platteville as well.
These are hard games. These are hard teams to beat, man. I'm telling you, those Wisconsin teams are unreal. So those are the big games of the day, really. We have a couple other ones, like I said, Barry at Carnegie Mellon, number 22 Carnegie Mellon. I'm pretty sure they'll win that thing. Kenyon at number 4, DePauw. I'm pretty sure they'll win that game, DePauw. Mount St. Joseph taking number 15, Hope. I'm sure Hope will probably win that thing. Oberlin taking on number 20, John Carroll. The Battle of the Johns was last week, and they lost, so they're going to retaliate. Wayne State at number 8, Wisconsin Lacrosse. We just talked about these Wisconsin teams winning, and they'll probably win very comfortably in that game. Randolph-Macon, they're looking to rebound after the Central Iowa loss, so they look good there. Wartburg versus Simpson, obviously Wartburg. I'm just saying, like the ranked team should win this week. Roosevelt versus number 19 Wisconsin Oshkosh. Yeah, they should win this one by like 2 touchdowns at least. Cortland at Hartwick is good because Cortland's trying to regain footing after 2 tough games. Cortland could find themselves back in the top 25 with this victory over Hartwick. They might not. Wheaton, Illinois, and Augustana. I'm pretty sure Augustana will win this one. And Teran, here's one in our, one down in SoCal. Redlands, though, they're going up to Washington, take on number 25 Whitworth. Do you think Redlands has enough firepower, or do you think Whitworth will probably just win this one up north in Washington?
I think Whitworth will win this one, but in a close affair.
Yeah, I want to pick Redlands. I do, but I just don't see it. So bummer, but what do you do? So there you have it, looking good there. So far, so good. All right, moving on over to Division 2. All right, Teran. Well, this past week again, we saw some craziness happen last week. I mean, my gosh, some teams dropping out early. I mean, what the crap? We see Minnesota Duluth knocking off Minnesota State last week. Pittsburgh State knocked off Grand Valley. Who saw 16 beating 5? I didn't. I thought it'd be a close one. I thought Pittsburgh State might win it, and they did, but I didn't see it actually happening. We saw last week, I had the sneaky suspicion about number 25 Indianapolis defeating Ashland, and they did 33-26 at home. It's crazy, man. Slippery Rock winning in overtime versus Shepherd. That was a crazy win. But this week, man, we got the top 25 that just came out a couple days ago. Ferris State, Harding cuts down West Florida and Western Colorado. Then finishing out the top 10, Angelo State, UT Permian Basin, Central Oklahoma, and Slippery Rock. And Pittsburgh State is now number 10. Duluth has moved up to 11. I mean, there's some good stuff here. But moving forward into this week, we got some fun ones to take a look at. I know we did have some games on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. I think we did. Let me go take a quick look here. There were some games on Thursday or Friday or whatever day that was. Actually, there was not. I'm sorry. I thought there were some games there. But all right. Regardless, let's get on in to some of these coming up. Because, well, today, if we got to pick, we always love to go the ranked on ranked. Number 20, Fort Hays at number 10, Pittsburgh State. Fort Hays has proven to be a good top 25 team. They're there. They know they know what they got in front of them today. Number 10, Pittsburgh State just knocked off freaking number 6. In their home. Do the Gorillas stay on it, or do you think they just had a good week last week and they fall back this week? Because Fort Hays ain't no joke. But what do you think?
I think Pittsburgh State continues their strong dominance.
Yeah, how's it going, Brian? Good to see you, brother. Yeah, no, I think so too. This is another really good game here. But yeah, overall though, it's kind of sleepy this week in Division 2. We don't really have a lot of ranked on ranked games, Teran. Have you seen?
Yeah, just that and Johnson C. Smith at Virginia Union.
So Johnson C. Smith, that's actually a pretty good game. Virginia Union, I don't know. This team has been a little it's 21 versus 25.
Yeah.
Realistically, I don't know. Virginia Union is a team where I feel like it's rough for these guys, man. They can't seem to get out of their own way sometimes. But Johnson C. Smith, obviously a battle-tested team. That's really hard. You know what? I'm going to be crazy and take Virginia Union today.
Yeah, I'll actually take Virginia Union too.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Virginia Union has a strong core. Again, I think that this team has there's something in there. There's something deep down with these guys, and let's see what it is. So today, let's see if they can make that happen. But kind of crazy too. Kutztown, I think they were an FCS team, weren't they, Teran, like a couple years back? And now they've made their way to, and I'm happy some teams do that. I really am happy some teams, because realistically, remember Idaho when they dropped? They're the only team to ever go from FBS to FCS.
Yes.
But you know what? It kind of works out. Because it kind of works out for me.
Yep. Sometimes you'd rather be a big fish in a little pond than a little fish in a big pond.
Yeah, it's to me, it just works out better. So I don't know, man. But that's a tough go. Right now they're playing very, very well. So good for these guys. But I don't know, man. Pittsburgh State, I got these guys, doing their thing. And honestly, on Pittsburgh State, they win this game. Pittsburgh State is they're back on the radar from being a team that needs to be really looked at. But overall, D2 football, it's always fun to watch, always fun to keep up with. You never know what's going on. We have undefeated teams that are going to be tested on the road today as well. Number 6, Angelo State. We have number 7, UT Permian Basin, and number 8, Oklahoma, Central Oklahoma, and Slippery Rock. As I just said earlier, man, we have number 9, Slippery Rock, going on the road as well today, that are all undefeated. Which of those fall? That's a hard one.
Maybe Indianapolis and McKendree, perhaps.
What, Falls on the road?
Oh, I'm sorry. Or Falls at home, but I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I was looking at other decent matchups, but I think the favorites will probably win it.
Yeah. Okay. So regional and river. Was that?
Maybe Sioux Falls falls at Minnesota Duluth.
That could happen.
Maybe the Jimmies of Jamestown take down Minnesota State.
You gotta love the Jimmies, right? So, so we also have some other fun games today, some cross-up action. We actually have some FCS and D2 matchups going on today. We have Alabama A&M taking on Lane, which is pretty cool. We also have, let's see here, Bethune-Cookman and Edward Waters. That's that. Hey, there you go. You know, it's kind of cool when you see this. You know, you're gonna see these little matchups in the middle. So we shall see. Regional rivalry games as well. We have West Florida versus North Greenville. Minnesota State, after taking a tough loss, taking on Jamestown, and Minnesota Duluth at Sioux Falls, which you just said. Do you think Minnesota Duluth is knocking on the door? Good point there. I'm glad you brought that up. They're number 11 right now. They look good. Do you feel that if they win this thing at Sioux Falls, I mean, this is not just a top 10 team, but a top 5 team. Minnesota Duluth is moving right now, man. And these guys, they're trying to say, hey, we're not just a hockey school.
Well, I mean, if they continue to come in focused and ready to go, I think they can be a top 10 or top 5 team. But if they just look ahead or they lose focus, then honestly, I think they could get upset. But I'm confident they'll probably win. But we'll see what Sioux Falls can bring to the table.
Yeah, I love me some D2, man, because again, the upsets are just, you never know. You never freaking know with these teams, man. So we got some good stuff there. And there's your D2, a little bit of stuff there for D2. So, all right, Teran, let's go ahead and roll on into some NAIA action. We're just kind of chugging along here. All right, so last week, man, wow. I mean, this has been fun, right? We've had a pretty solid year so far. Grandview still at the top. Kaiser, Benedictine, Morningside, Indiana Wesleyan, Georgetown, Kentucky, Montana Tech, Friends University, Montana Western, Lindsey Wilson, your top 10 right now. These teams are all looking good. I mean, we have some solid games coming up today as well. Let's see here. Let's take a look at the big one, if you will. Number 25, Carroll, Montana, taking on number 10, Dickinson State, North Dakota. That's a Frontier Conference clash. Number 25, Carroll visits number 11, Dickinson State, in what should be, again, a very fun game. 2 ranked teams battling for early season bragging rights. This is pretty huge. I like this one a lot. So in this game, what do you think? You taking Carroll, or do you think number 11 Dickinson State holds their own and continues to rise? Because you know dang well if they drop this one, Teran, that might end their. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of hard. It's hard to rebound. I know we're early on in the season. But if Dickinson State loses this thing, man, that can really jack up their and any hopes for the playoffs. Maybe not any hopes, but
yeah, I'll take Dickinson State just to be safe. I think Carroll's a good team, but I just think Dickinson State has a little bit more in the tank, and them being at home is still pretty beneficial, even though Montana shouldn't be too far from North Dakota.
Yeah, I mean it's not, but again, I just feel like right now, I don't know. The Dickinson State just has it. This is a good school. They're on one right now, and then the next one is Thomas University actually hosting number 16 Campbellsville. Not ranked, not both teams ranked, but Thomas is I don't know. I just feel like this could be actually a fun little game because Thomas, coming in hot. Campbellsville, they're number 16. I mean, honestly, any game can throw you out of the top 25. So there you have it. But overall, man, I just kind of felt like right now we have that one game is going to be good. Carroll and Dickinson State. And there you have it. So kind of a sleepy week in the NAIA. If you want to talk about some of these other games, I guess Grandview taking on Baker. Grandview looks to stay perfect at home. Will the Vikings continue their dominant run in the NAIA? I believe so. Teran, do you see number 1 Grandview losing today? to Baker.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm almost positive they're going to win this thing. We have here, number 2 Kaiser taking on Cumberland's in Kentucky. Can the Seahawks keep their undefeated? Well, at the moment, undefeated. Just kidding. Can they keep their unbeaten start alive? What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah, Cumberland's is good. Don't get me wrong; they're a great school, but Seahawks are looking real good right now. We have Montana Tech. They're heading to Oregon, number 7 Montana Tech. They're heading over to Southern Oregon. Can Tech extend its early season hot streak? And if they do they find themselves in the top 5?
I think they will. For now, maybe, but unless they get a little help from the rest of the other ranked teams ahead of them, then I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. And the next one, which is pretty cool, this is like a game that I think could actually be the sleeper of the week, the fun one. Lindsey Wilson, Kentucky. They head to Georgia to take on Reinhardt.
You read my mind perfectly.
Right, Teran? What about this game stands out to you?
I think Reinhardt is one of the more better unranked teams. Well, Lindsey Wilson, they still have quite a bit to prove, and the pressure's on them because they're on the road and they want to continue their hunt for the national championship and whatnot, or the Red Banner.
Well, they got one in 2020. Some people say that's an asterisk year because, what was 2020? But who cares? They won. They freaking won.
Exactly.
They won.
Back.
Okay, the Dodgers won and the Lakers both won. You know what? Claim it. I mean, right? Yeah. Like, I don't give a crap. But yeah, dude, I just feel like that's going to be a pretty solid football game right there.
And Baylor won. So,
exactly. Yeah. I mean, what do you say? Screw it. So good NAIA action there. Not a lot this week. But again, we're going to see, overall where everybody is. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and just keep it rolling. Today, we're basically just going commercial free because we're just kind of trying to hit through this. We're already an hour into it. So here we go. FCS action. All right, Teran, going on to the FCS. We love ourselves some D1 AA. It's always a fun one. And well, right now that top 25 looking like it should at the moment. Obviously, the top is going to be North Dakota State because it's North Dakota State. And the other, number 2, it's going to be South Dakota State because why not? 3-0 starts. They're both solid. Right, Teran, with the crap, right? Tarleton State, though, man, I'm telling you, Division II team. To me, Tarleton State coming from Division II and being ranked at number 3 at 4-0 is more impressive than both North Dakota and South Dakota State being 3-0 at the top of the FCS. Is that fair to say?
I think it's fair to say.
It's true, man. I mean, North Dakota, South Dakota need to move their butts up to the FBS because Tarleton State, man, for this team being just a D2 team a couple years ago, and now they're just ranked number 3, 4-0, doing their thing, dominating Central Arkansas last week. I mean, they're 4-0, they look good. To me, this is good. This is where it needs to be, man. I like that when we move up, and now it's time to let everybody else fight for it. Stop dominating and just getting banners. Freaking Bison and Jackrabbits, even though I like them both. They're good football teams, but anyway, Tarleton State, Illinois, Montana State, Rhode Island, Idaho, UC Davis, and Lehigh are current top 10 right now. But undefeated teams currently right now. We got North Dakota State, South Dakota State, Tarleton, as I said right now, Montana, Rhode Island, Lehigh, Tech, and Tennessee Tech. The early strugglers right now. We have Montana State at 1-2, Incarnate Word. They've been solid the last couple of years, but they're 1-2. Abilene Christian at 1-2, and South Dakota, the Coyotes have been rough at 1-2. And Sacramento State, dude, 1-2 as well. So I don't know. Tough goes.
I think that might be a misguiding 1-2, though.
No, it's true. It's true. Very misguiding. I mean,
let me just check who they've played, and
it's true because you're right. I know sometimes it happens. It totally happens. I like when we see these teams at the top get good challenges, but same exact time, sometimes.
Yeah, Sac State has played South Dakota State. No shame in losing that. No. And Nevada, which they almost won. And you got to remember, Nevada is a FBS team. So that 1-2 record is a little misguiding. So
it is.
Not trying to take anything away from, or not trying to defend Sac State too much, but I don't think we've seen the full potential of them. I just think we gotta wait just a little bit, and then we'll see. Yeah.
I agree. That's a good one, Teran. That's fair. That's very fair. So rough go there, but I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. I like that when I see a team. Look. Okay, Olu. We just talked about high school. Olu, Orange Lutheran. Right now, if they were to have played 3 slaps, well, they'd be freaking ranked right now because they're undefeated. So I respect Olu right now. Like again, as they've played and took their lashings, but they've played some good quality opponents. So it's true, man. It's true. How true is that? So we have in the FCS again today some solid little battles. Overall, I think the best, a fun game this week, I think, is Drake taking on South Dakota. That should be a good game. Number 19 takes on number 21 South Dakota.
Yes.
The Coyotes in a Missouri Valley Conference showdown. Early playoff implications, in my opinion. So what do you think about this one? Who wins it and why?
I think South Dakota wins by a nose.
By a nose. Because noses happen. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that should be a good game for sure. Next up here, let's see. We have this one looks fun.
Because South Dakota's also faced Iowa State, no shame in that, and then they barely lost to Lamar. So nothing too overly drastic about, not too much to be ashamed of. And they wound up winning against someone, which I just exited out of. But either way, I still like South Dakota.
No, I agree. That's a fun game. South Dakota, it's a good school there.
They beat Northern Colorado.
Northern Colorado.
By only 7, but still. That's a good team.
No, seriously. I agree with that one there. So, okay. Next up, who do we have? Okay. Villanova and Monmouth. Why it matters. Number 12, Villanova will be visiting number 18, Monmouth. This is the CAA power versus a strong Monmouth squad. Could impact the top 25. But overall, I think Villanova just has a little bit of a heads up in this one. What do you think?
I think this would also make a great basketball matchup as well. But I think Villanova will pull it out in the end.
I think so, too. Villanova, good pick there. Good pick. Next up, Indiana State at Montana. Montana has not had the easiest year. Oh, my gosh. These guys have had a rough go. Number 17, though, man. I don't know. I just felt like, I don't know. Not number 17. I don't know. But these guys are going to be hosting Indiana State. I don't know. Top-ranked battle here. Underdog kind of clash. I don't know what you want to call this one. But Grizzlies taking on Indiana State. How you feeling about that one? Big Sky battle. Well, at least one of the teams in the Big Sky.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good little matchup, and I hold on. I got Montana winning.
Montana, the Grizzlies, man. Like I said, they've had a rough year so far, but let's see.
Well, they're 2-0.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the wrong Montana. They are 2-0.
Yeah, Indiana State got hammered by Indiana.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Montana State, man. They're 1-2 right now. So I'm sorry, wrong Montana. My apologies, guys.
Yeah, Indiana State, I guess I should mention, got slaughtered by Indiana at Indiana 73-0 last week.
Yeah. 2-up game. Cupcakes. Oh, we need to stop with the cupcakes, man.
I'll take Montana to win this one.
I think so too. I'm with that as well. Next up here, we got, let's see here. Southern Illinois taking on Southeast Missouri State. That SEMO, that's kind of, I don't know. That's kind of a rough one there. That's a toss-up. That's a toss-up for me. Let's see. We also got Northern Iowa and Utah Tech going head-to-head. Cal Poly and SF Austin. Butler, Weber State. Any of those you like?
Wait a sec. Isn't Stephen F. Austin FBS, or am I thinking of or because I know they're Division I and I know they're Sun Belt, but
yeah, they are they're in the WAC. I'm sorry, the WAC. They're in the Southern.
Okay.
Not the WAC. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
they're FBS.
Okay. I wish I can give Cal Poly a chance because they're scheduling some good teams. It's just
They
that
are.
I think they're punching a little bit too much above their weight. But maybe that's because they want to actually perform well when it comes to their conference, because their conference is like really tough, and they just don't want to have the San Diego win and the Western Oregon win under their belt.
Yeah.
I mean, that's still pretty impressive that they still have these opponents, but maybe they can win today. Maybe, just maybe, they can win.
Let's go Mustangs. I'm all for it. Let's go. I want to see what they can do. Let's see if they can pull this thing off. All right, so then we're going to head on over to the FBS, man. Again, I guess we're just going commercial free today. Screw it. The top 25 for this week, obviously. Ohio State, 3-0. Penn State, LSU, Miami. Good old Georgia, Oregon, Florida State, Texas, Illinois, and Texas A&M. I guess we can just finish it on out. Oklahoma, Iowa State. Ole Miss, Alabama, Tennessee, Utah, Texas Tech, Georgia Tech, Indiana, Vanderbilt, Michigan, Auburn, Missouri, Notre Dame, and look at that, USC is back in the top 25. That's right, baby. Fight on. They are back. All right, at least they're back in there. So, all right, Teran, well, let's see what happens, man. This week, we got some games coming along for this week. I mean, we had... I believe. We had some games earlier this week, if I'm not mistaken. We had like a Tuesday. No, we had a Thursday game. I'm almost positive we had a Thursday game.
Yeah, it was beating Oklahoma State yesterday.
They did.
Iowa
Tulsa
beating Rutgers. And
Rice.
Rice beating Charlotte.
Rice defeating Charlotte. Yeah, so Rice over Charlotte, 28-17. Tulsa defeated Oklahoma State 19-12, which is crazy. Good game there. And then Iowa and Rutgers, that was another good game, man. 38-28 on the road. The Hawkeyes got it done. Right now, we got a lot of live action going on. And number 17, Texas Tech, and number 16, Utah. Should be a good game there. But all right, Teran, well, let's take a look at some of these games and see where we are, man. Because first things first, I mean, Michigan State at USC, that's a big one, man. Michigan State, man, these guys aim to stay perfect. While Trojans, Spartans. I mean, we're
Both
going into
looking to stay perfect.
They are Trojan. This is the Trojan War, man. This is it. This is the Iliad right here. The Spartans. Well, they had the rest of Greece with them, but coming along to take over to take on the Trojans. So this should be a good one. Both are undefeated. Teran, SC, Michigan State. Obviously, we're both taking SC. But what do you think? What are you looking at for this game today?
Well, I want to see what Michigan State can do on the road, because you got to remember that they have not played on the road this season. All their wins have come at home, and they've been a fascinating team. They struggled against Western Michigan. They inched out a win over Boston College in overtime, and they were able to handle Youngstown State. No, that's okay, I guess. But this Michigan State team is interesting. I want to see what they could do against USC, and I want to see what USC can do now that they're ranked. I mean, Jaden Mayava is still having a great season. Hopefully, I don't jinx him. He has yet to turn the ball over. I think he's just continuing to. He knows that Husan Longstreet is run on his tail in terms of trying to get that starting position. So I think for USC, one thing I gotta watch. We all gotta watch for is their defense. I want to see how their defense can continue to answer the call, because last week I thought they did pretty well. I know they allowed Purdue to get close to the close to the red zone, and then eventually USC just forced the turnover. But I want to see what USC's defense can really do. I want to see them actually put together a masterclass game against a good Michigan State team that's currently undefeated. And this is their second straight Big Ten conference game, because after this, they've got three ranked opponents in a row, two of which are from the Big Ten, Illinois and Michigan. So, man, this is pretty much going to be the point of no return, because I want to see this could be a trap game for SC, but at the same time, I think SC can really prove to Michigan State that they deserve to be ranked. And at Michigan State, they're only 3-0 because they have played all their games at home.
It's true. I don't know. I'm not nervous, but I'm a little nervous, if that makes any sense. I just, SC again, this damn transfer portal, it's rough, and I get it. Everyone wants to go where they go, whatever. But it's just been rough, man. I mean, losing players and just it's been really, it's been a journey. What do you do? Everybody wants to go where they can win, where they can get, and you can't fault them, but at the same time, it's just frustrating. So I don't know. I don't know. This is a hard game for me. I really want to see USC get out there and get control early.
I think USC also has a bye somewhere down the road.
They do.
I think it's going to either after Michigan State or, well, it's not going to be, no, it's not next week. I think it might be before Michigan. It's not, their schedule isn't like deploying it. It's after they face Illinois. So the bye is getting closer for USC. But you know what else is getting closer? Their first true test. Yes. Last week was kind of a test just because they had to go on the road to face Purdue, and now they come back to face another undefeated opponent. And then the following week, they've got Illinois, which is a top 10 opponent. So USC is going to be really tested so far.
They will, but you know what? That's what USC does, and I'm really excited for USC because I know that these guys don't duck either. This is a good football team. They've always been. They've never played an FCS opponent. It's just this is the Trojans that we know and love, but unfortunately, sometimes it's rough. I mean, I don't know. I want to see a big victory today. I want to see a nice win. It's probably going to scare the crap out of me like last week with that Purdue crap that we talked about, that stupid storm, whatever. It's frustrating. But, yeah, so we'll see. But, all right, Jay, let's roll into the rest of these games today, man. We have Texas Tech and Utah. We have Air Raid versus Altitude. What? Number 16, Texas Tech looks to invade Salt Lake today and get it done. Do you think they do? Or do you think Utah actually stands their ground?
Even though they're playing now, I got Utah winning.
Yeah, this is a good game. I really do feel that Utah is going to come out and be strong. But I don't know, dude. This is hard. Texas Tech is no pushover. So this is going to be solid. It's a great game so far. So let's see what we got moving forward. Next up, we got UAB Tennessee. Is that a game that you're looking forward to or no? Number Tennessee should probably roll in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one. The Civil War is back. The Pac-12 is dead, unfortunately, and I'm still mad about that, and I will always be mad about that until it gets redone somehow. But the old Civil War still lives. Oregon State, number 6, Oregon. I want to make it sound exciting, but it probably won't be. I think Oregon is just going to probably run all over the place, and they will. But, let's see if the Beavers can make it a game.
Yeah, Oregon's probably going to win this one. Oregon State has just looked atrocious.
Yeah, it's been a rough go for those guys. Kent State at number 7, Florida State. I think the Seminoles are just going to roll on to a victory the same exact way that I think number 13 Ole Miss is going to run all over Tulane and just probably backhand those guys. So are we pretty in agreement on that?
Yeah, but I do actually need to make note of Kent State. They actually came in with the longest losing streak in the FBS with 21 games having lost, but they snapped that in their regular season opener against Merrimack. So I know that's I think they're like Division II or FCS, but Kent State finally got their losing streak off their back, even though they had to do it in dramatic fashion. But yeah, Florida State will win.
Pretty sure. Florida State looks like obviously the sure win here for this one. Okay, so another game here that I thought was pretty fun. Big House toughness on the road. Number 21 Michigan travels to Lincoln to face the Huskers. Teran, they're not in the Big House. We talked about this before. Does Nebraska pull this one off today, or do you think Michigan will still pull off the victory?
This is a very easy game to predict. I'm taking Nebraska.
Teran says this one's not even a question for me.
Not even a question. You want to know why? if Michigan couldn't win at Oklahoma, they're not going to win at Nebraska. And I know Nebraska is passionate fans. They're going to pack Memorial Stadium, and I think Michigan is going to get rattled early and often, and I think Nebraska just beats them. I think we get to see a masterclass from Dylan Raiola.
You know what? Let's go. Let's see it. This looks like a great football game. It really does. I'd like to see it. I think that the Huskers have a great chance of winning this one. Let's see what these guys do. But anyway, so we'll just go ahead and move forward here. Just keep it going. Notre Dame and Purdue. Indiana battle. Purdue, I mean, they lost to SC last week. Notre Dame, of course, a much better team. What do you think?
If Notre Dame loses this, then I don't know what to say. Give me the Fighting Irish. I can't imagine they lose this in South Bend.
If they lose this,
Notre Dame.
Right now, Notre Dame's already iffy because of the way they started the season. I know.
0-2, and they're still ranked. Go figure.
I know this is one of those deals, right? But Teran, I don't know. We've seen crazier things, I guess. But overall, yeah, Notre Dame better win this damn game. There is no excuses for this one. So, all right, South Carolina, number 23, Mizzou. This is an SEC East grinder right here. Mizzou looks to defend their home turf versus a hungry Gamecock squad. Who are you taking?
Man, I feel Missouri's settled into a new quarterback. Bo Pribula, just because their previous one was out for the season. I'm going to take Missouri just to be safe.
Yeah.
I think South Carolina got a little lucky last week when they took down. No. I'm sorry. South Carolina had their quarterback taken out due to Vanderbilt. So I think Missouri will win. I mean, if SC's or South Carolina's starting quarterback doesn't play, then Mizzo wins this easy. But if he does, then I think Mizzo is going to grind this one out.
Yeah, Mizzou should win this one pretty easy. I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. I want to see South Carolina make this happen, but I don't know. We'll see. Columbia should be happy today. Number 20, Vandy at Georgia State. Can the Commodores, keep the dream alive? Or do you think Georgia State has a surprise for these guys?
I think Vanderbilt will win this one. They're going to have a lot of momentum going into this game following yesterday or last week's win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that one. Okay, next up we got Temple at number 18, Georgia Tech. Buzz City, baby. Number 18, Georgia Tech looks to stay unbeaten, hosting Temple. Do you think the Owls can come in? And I mean, hey, crazy things have happened. Georgia Tech has knocked off, has looked good enough to be 18 this year. But can Temple be the team that says, never mind, come back to earth, homie? What do you think?
Nope. I got Georgia Tech winning this one. Their win over Clemson was pretty darn good, even though I think that might be Clemson being overrated. But I got them Yellow Jackets winning.
Yeah, the Jackets look good. I like them both. The Owls and the Yellow Jackets, they're both good. You know, they're respectable. But yeah, when it comes down to it, there's no way I'm not taking Georgia Tech in this one. Even though it'd be great to see the Owls win it. Why not? That'd be fun. Southeast Louisiana taking on number 3 Louisiana State. This is obviously LSU doing their thing. This is a tune-up, really, cupcake, if you will. LSU should win this game.
Yeah, LSU will win this one fairly easy. I mean, come on. This is LSU we're talking about. But you know what's going to happen? LSU's offense is still going to look subpar, and a reporter is going to ask Brian Kelly why the offense just looks bad, and Brian Kelly's going to have another blow up. If you saw that post-game interview last week, it's pretty funny.
That was pretty funny. Okay,
the whole interview is gold, because after that question, I think mostly everyone just asked him about the defense, and Brian Kelly was like, "That's a great question. You're my new favorite reporter." It's like, oh my god, this guy's a psycho. And I guess it's worth noting that LSU is, I think they're like 18-1 when they play at night. I don't know who they lost to. Maybe it was SC last year, but they're pretty much undefeated when they play at night.
Oh, there you go. That's fun. I love that. That's fun. Well, Well, Teran, we got a few. Let's see, got a few more left here. I love the Brian Kelly stuff, by the way. I was hilarious. So
Yeah,
Sam
his
Houston.
frustration gets pretty funny
Oh, it
sometimes.
is hilarious, man. Sam Houston taking on number 8 Texas again. This is the Texas battle, but this is a team who's barely an FBS team from FCS a couple years ago. Eat 'em up, Cats. I love it, but I don't know if they're going to be eating any Longhorn today because Longhorns are. I don't know. There's something weird with that team right now. I don't know what to think about Texas, but I don't think they're going to be losing to Sam Houston Tech. I'm going to say to Sam Houston State. I don't think they're going to be losing to those guys.
Yeah, I mean, Texas should win this one. I know Texas struggled against UTEP last week, but there's no way they are losing. They're going to have Arch Manning's going to have a dud game like he did last week. Like, oh man,
Could you imagine if he did? No, I don't think he
this
really
draft
would.
stock would plummet big time
Oh
with a
my
loss.
gosh. Yeah, that would be insane. So, yeah, man. So there you have it. We have some big games there. And of course, the big one tonight, Saturday Night Football on ABC, the Sunshine State Showdown, if you will. Well, what's going down, Teran? Let's see. What are we doing? Sunshine State on ABC. The 1-2 Gators. This is the undefeated number 4 Miami Hurricanes in a college football shaping rivalry clash. What do you think, Teran? I mean, the swamp is these guys are crazy. They know what they're doing, but they're not in the swamp. They're going to be in Miami today. It's not that far away. Miami is favored, but is there an upset looming?
After last week's DJ Lagway just having a nightmare performance against LSU, I don't trust him. I mean, I gotta go with Miami, as painful as it sounds. I mean, Miami really proved themselves against South Florida, but I think this week they're also going to prove themselves against Florida.
I think so too. I'm pretty sure they'll win this game. I don't know. It'd be so funny to see Florida win this one. Oh my gosh, I would laugh so hard. But we'll see. Miami, let's see what these guys can do. Today, go Canes, I guess. But the Gators, man, don't sleep on these guys. Anyway, so other ones today. I mean, got Maryland, Wisconsin, Syracuse, Clemson. Should be a fun little game. Let's see here.
Auburn, Oklahoma.
Auburn, Oklahoma should be a pretty solid game there. It's an SEC battle now. It's another game that I do like. North Carolina, let's see how the Fighting Belichicks are going to be doing versus the Knights of UCF. Let's see here. A couple other games to note. Oh, a nice little Carolina battle. NC State and Duke going head to head there. Some bad blood in that game. North Carolina rivalries there a little bit. Let's see here. Number 9 Illinois and number 19 Indiana. Now we thought, should be a great game there. We got the Apple Cup, not just a civil war going on with Oregon State and Oregon, but the Apple Cup, Washington and Washington State. Any of those games you like?
Oh yeah, the Illinois-Indiana one. I think that's probably going to be the best NBC game. I'm going to say Washington State beats Washington because Washington sucks on the road. They are. I think they've lost like 10 or more road games in a row, or something like that. Because you got to remember, like they've won like 22-ish home games, but last year they went winless on the road, and we're not going to count that bowl game just because that was a neutral site game. But if you're a smart person, you're going to pick Washington State to beat Washington because Washington sucks on the road. End of discussion.
Washington has just been horrible. I don't know what the hell's going on with those
They
guys.
haven't looked the same under following the departure of Callan DeBoer.
No.
I mean, again, they're the prime definition of home field advantage. Really good at home, really crappy on the road. They're like Michigan 2.0.
And they played each other
without the national championship.
And they played at a neutral site. Remember the national championship? I mean, I guess says it all. Michigan got the better of them, but still, yeah, man, classic right there. I don't know. Go Pullman, man. Go Cougs in this one. Wazoo, Arizona State, Baylor should be another fun one. I don't know. BYU, East Carolina, maybe. I don't know. I'm just kind of throwing some stuff out there now. UTSA, Colorado State. Can you imagine that one being a go to Wyoming and Colorado? Hey, watch Wyoming come out and pull out their vintage Josh Allen. Just kidding.
It wouldn't surprise me because Colorado sucks this year.
No, Colorado is just not with it right now. It's been crazy, man. I mean, we've had some stuff. Cal and San Diego State, Fresno State and Hawaii should be a late one tonight.
UCLA and the bye.
UCLA. I'm sorry. Hey, man.
I'm sorry. I had to mention that.
You know, Teran, I think I have to go with the bye week. I'm going to go with the bye week in this one.
I'm picking the bye week, too.
The bye week has a very strong offense. We've seen they've been able to score, lots of points. And this defense, man, they have quite the scheme. I'm not sure the Bruins are ready for this bye week. They have a really nasty front four, oh my gosh, can UCLA get any worse? This poor school. I know they're rivals, but dude, I feel terrible for UCLA. Like, that's representing SoCal and look like crap.
Exactly. And the crazy thing is that this year isn't the only problem with UCLA. They've had problems in the past. And last week when they lost to New Mexico was pretty much the icing on the cake, just because they paid New Mexico $1.2 million to play them, and then New Mexico also beat them. And you kind of have to wonder, where does the first win for UCLA come from? I mean, probably Northwestern, maybe a few others like Washington or so on and so forth. But still, like, that schedule is just daunting.
Yeah, dude, it's something else, man. But dude, that was a fun one, man. Well, any other games you want to throw out there? Anything fun? I mean, I don't really see anything here that looks entertaining. I mean, what, Troy and Buffalo? Are you serious? Louisiana and Eastern Michigan? I don't know. I mean, there could be a few we missed, but I just think, not fun. Not any game that's really worth going into detail in, I guess. I mean, I think we hit them all. If there's any other ones, like I said, dude, do a last little sweep. What, Stanford and Virginia is going to be a good game?
SMU TCU is kind of a good one. It's
it can be
the DFW.
Yeah, it's true. That could be that's the game.
Is up on UNLV.
Yeah, which is pretty crazy. So I mean, I don't know.
That could keep families right there.
Well, I don't know. Other than that, I guess don't really get a lot of.
I want to see what Auburn can do against Oklahoma. I want to see if Auburn is actually back.
Can they be? Because we know the U isn't. Just kidding. But yeah.
Is the AU back?
Is the AU back? I love it. But yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how. What do they call that again? The Iron Skillet Bowl, the SMU TCU, something like that. Yeah, the Iron Skillet battle there.
Yeah,
TCU is.
I didn't even know it had a rivalry name. I mean, it kind of makes sense just because it's Alabama versus Oklahoma, and SMU
TCU.
Those two states, just because Alabama and Auburn are the Iron Bowl, and then
Iron Skillet. I mean, what do you call it? But yeah, it should be a good one. I mean, TCU leads that rivalry by like 10 games. There's like 53, 43, and 7 or something. So. We'll see. But other than that, man, I don't know. If we don't got anything else, I think that'll be that. But man, that was another 90 minutes here loaded, and we thank all of you guys. We really do. You've been enjoying us. Hopefully we're enjoyable. But you guys, man, have been keeping it fun. We appreciate you guys so very much. Marcus Lowe's great in the chat room. Appreciate you, good sir. Salute. Good sir. Fight on SC. That's right. Teran, I don't know. Any other surprises? Anything? Anything. High school, college. I want to give a shout out to RCC. Go get it today. What else do you have to lose? I mean, that's it.
Tulane Ole Miss, I think, could be pretty darn good. I think about 2-3-0 teams. Tulane obviously beat Duke last week. I want to see what the Green Wave can do, because they have Jake Bretzloff, and he's pretty darn good, but I want to see what he can do against an actual opponent that's, pretty decent. That's ranked and whatnot. They're on the road, too, so.
Which should be pretty cool. I mean, good game there. Next week, though, man, I guess, going back to high school, I guess. I mean, St. John Bosco, man. Number 1, Braves. Coach Negro is a happy man right now. This team is looking good.
And they have the bye, too.
They have a bye week coming up. Then they got Jay Sarah. They're going into Trinity League play now. They got Olu after that. I mean, like I said, this is going to be – the Trinity League's never easy. In the Modern Day, this couldn't be a better placed Modern Day game for them, right? It's on Halloween night, a fun night, of course. A lot of, a trick-or-treat night. Are we going to get any tricks and treats? I'm sure we are. It's a 7 o'clock start, obviously. Pacific time. Should be a great game, but Teran, that couldn't be a better... That has to be the ender of the season, right? Usually it's like week 7 or 8 or something like that. No, this game is week 10 for both teams before going into the CIF.
Right.
I mean, Modern Day just knocked off Bishop Gorman. Bishop Gorman they're going to drop now. Modern Day we talked about this already. Modern Day is here. Now they're back in this conversation for sure. It's going to be between these two giants. Unless they somehow destroy each other, which I don't see it. I don't know. I think one of these teams is still going to be the champion no matter what, in my opinion, this year.
Keep an eye on Santa Margarita, too. They could be sneaky good as well, especially since I think this upcoming week they play Bishop Gorman, too. So, and I think that's going to be at Santa Margarita or wherever they play their home game. So keep an eye on the Eagles. They're under the right direction with Carson Palmer as coach.
Yeah. Let's go, man. Let's see who does what. Ladies and gentlemen, for Teran Rodriguez from your boy Larry B, we are signing off, and we will see you tomorrow morning. At least I will. We'll see what happens with Teran, and then we'll see Teran for sure in the afternoon tomorrow after the NFL games. This has been 3 and Out. You have been watching here on IE Sports Radio, and we'll see you tomorrow. Until then, take care, and as always, God bless.
Peace.
Peace.